Hey, what's happening, everybody? This your boy. I stay getting that word from Carolina. Yeah, you already know what time it is, Mr. Ricco Barrino. And you're now rocking with the Spread Magazine. Dress it up and make it real for me.
I don't be tripping or hitting. Nah, I'm cool. Gotta see what else is in. What's in your mind, girl? What's in your mind? Just wanna roll with the wind. Yeah, I bet you can roll. And I'm cool with that.
What's up, everyone? This is your boy Murray here with Spread Speaks, and today we have North Carolina native Ricco Barrino in the building.
What's happening?
So guys, we're definitely going to ask him a few questions that I have for him, and a few questions that we may have some other people out here that want to ask him today, okay? Hope you guys enjoy. Yeah. Cool. So how does it feel being from North Carolina and being an artist?
I think it's a blessing only because you get to soak up what North Carolina has, you know, the history. The pioneers that came before you know, so I think it made it easier for me. I guess also the hospitality. You know, I don't think it's too many places that you're gonna go in the country and get the hospitality or, you know, just the atmosphere you get from the Carolinas.
Right. And how does you, because you're originally from High Point, which is not Charlotte, which
Right.
is close to Charlotte, but
Right.
I know people often confuse, you know what I'm saying, artists with where they're actually from with the closest city that they can relate to.
Right.
So how does that ever bother you, or how do you push, you know, being from High Point with still repping Charlotte? And
Nah, cause I think really I think I embrace the state as a whole.
Okay.
And the resources, you know. We're talking from the Queen City all the way to Myrtle Beach.
Right.
And up
The
to
Carolinas.
Raleigh, you know, in the mountains. And I think we have, you know, different things to offer, being that, you know, we have it all. We have the beaches and the, so with, when you say, you know, repping home, I rep home first, but I'm more of like a universal creature. Okay. If that makes any sense. Like,
Definitely.
I feel like I can adapt anywhere. You know, if I go to LA, if I go to New York or Florida, I have a universal appeal. I still keep it southern. I have a southern draw, but a universal.
You can vibe with anybody.
I can
Plug for the new song.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get you.
That's it. So I'm we gonna call the song a chameleon.
Okay.
I'm definitely a chameleon. I'm able to sink in and soak up the cultures.
Now you kind of have to be, which was going to get to another question. Like, you're very sought after when it comes to hip hop, being, you know, the additional vocals to
Right.
that song. How does that feel? You know, with you being able to be that chameleon, do you feel like that's why other hip hop artists come after you? You know, why you're more sought after? Is it just the fund, or you know what I'm saying? Like, how do you feel about that?
I think really they looking for something different. I think a lot of I think you got some artists out here that have a distinct sound, and they want something different. So I can still, I guess it's because of the texture of my vocal.
Okay.
I can still do what everyone else is doing when you're talking about, you know, giving a fast cadence or just giving something soulful or something that's very big and broad, you know, and crossover.
Right.
I'm able to do those things, but I still keep the same texture in my voice, and I think that's what makes it unique, and they see that.
Cool. That's what's up. So, like, my favorite song, of course, would be Futuristic Love, because
Right.
I probably was in high school when that came out.
Yeah.
So, you know what I'm saying? That's definitely like one of my favorites. Which songs do you have out, whether it's a feature or actually your stuff, that you feel that embodies you as an artist?
I would like to say I got a new record with a young cat out of Carolina by the name of Tigo.
I like that
B,
song.
yeah. And he's up and coming, very bright cat, and that's a record that I consider to be one of my favorites because it embodies a more mature Ricco, where I came from actually, before Futuristic Love and Bubblegum. Those records to me were records to get me heard.
Okay.
And now I want to do records to get me seen. You know, it's a difference when you say you got some artists, you go and watch them perform.
Right.
You go and watch Chris Brown perform. You go and hear John Legend
Right.
play. And I want to be able to play
both.
festivals with, you know, the best, like John Legend. So we talking about, you know, those records like Vibe, which gives you a grown and sexy type of feeling. And then
R&B
my
with a sound of
ultimate,
pop.
yeah. And so my ultimate favorite song that I feel like displays me as the artist and the musician that I am is, I got a song out right now. You can definitely get it on I think SoundCloud. We're going some other places with it.
Okay.
ASAP, and that song is called "Pray for Me."
Okay.
Which displays me. You know, if you're gonna look at it on YouTube, I'm on the piano, and I'm giving you a deeper side of who I am. I think I have a night and day side, and that's more of a day in your face. Let's talk about what's going on around the world and in our communities.
Right, right.
So.
And that kind of goes back to that particular song. I haven't heard yet, but it goes back to Hood.
Right.
And I was gonna ask you about like how you felt. Yeah, I'm a little fan. I listen.
Yeah, that's what's
so
up.
I listened a little bit, but I was gonna ask you like how you felt. You know what I'm saying? Because that song definitely came out in a timely manner, and you know what I'm saying, we needed to hear it, and then you got to collab with your sister and family, and it was just like perfect for that time. How do you feel like that transcended for you as an artist, and was it well received and things like that?
I think I was already in that transition process of I was already there, just the world needed to hear it.
Right.
And I think it never really got a chance, so we pulled back on the record because the record needed a machine. It's so big, you heard it yourself. And that type of record needed juice.
Right.
So I would have loved to put it out, but right now when you're going through a transition on being identified and distinct as an artist, as you know who you are, you trying to stand on your own too. I wanted to go ahead and put something that would catch people's attention immediately.
Because unfortunately, our generation is not for it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But we like it, we need it, but we don't always support it.
Right. And I think and the only way to do that again is a machine.
Right.
When you get a machine behind you, people tend to listen. They you know, so right now we're working on that machine. So we hold back from the goodies.
Okay.
And I said, well, at first I wasn't gonna put out Pray For Me. I wanted to hold it with Hood. And you know, my friends, everybody was like, well listen, the record is incredible. Just did like a performance piece for it, a visual. You might as well just
take it.
So I said, look, let's grassroots grow it. And you know, lo and behold, God willing, 3 or 4 stations have picked it up right now, just it's not without working the record or promo. They was just like,
they liked it, they support it.
So yeah.
And that's what you need as an artist. Sometimes you do have to put out those songs and that music that's just like bump what society says, bump what, you know, the back people are gonna give you.
Right.
We're just gonna push it out there and let it be well received.
Right.
So I feel like it will be. You're an artist that pushes out songs like that, and you know, your fan base and your fans and stuff like that, they support it and they grasp to it.
Right.
So that's what's up. So like we always have one big question that we like to ask people here for the Spread Mag is, what do you like to spread? We used to get that often too.
Clarify that.
It could be anything. Food. We've had people say legs. We have people say love. You know what I'm saying? It can be whatever you feel like you like to spread on the daily.
I'm gonna say love.
So you're gonna go with the easy one.
I guess. Love and knowledge.
Okay.
I love right now with where our world is going.
We need it.
Yeah, you need those too, because I try to tell people that this industry is made up really of like mirrors and smoke. All it is entertainment, you know, and we have trouble with our teens and our youth because they become Tony Montana. They become Young Thug. They become Lil Wayne. They become Chief Keef. You know, I heard my son say, yo, Dad, Chief Keef is the realest. How do you know?
Right. Because you can't really relate.
If this young man can sit and cry in the courtroom when they read him in sentence, what makes him so real? All this is mirrors and smoke. So I like to tell people, like I paint a picture. I like to look at myself as the new Zane of R&B.
Okay.
But at the same time, you can't. It's just fantasy.
Right.
You know, cops and robbers, and so I like to give the kids the knowledge behind it. Like, you know, all we doing is telling stories about either somebody we know or something we went through. That's not saying go do it.
Right.
That's only saying this is what I went through.
This is your story. This is your path.
Yeah, we have to figure out when when an artist is glorifying something, you know, and when they are, you have to be able to tell yourself, well,
I don't want to do that.
Yeah,
I need to be a part. Because a lot of times I feel like they don't actually tell. I mean, some artists do actually say, you know, indulge in this behavior. But a lot of times, like you said, they're just telling a story. And you know what I'm saying? For me growing up listening to music, I graduated high school in 06, so I was with the Yin Yang Twins and Lil Wayne's and all that type of stuff.
Right.
So it's like, but I still chose to do what I wanted to do within those songs.
Right,
my own mind.
You were your own leader. And so
yeah, a lot of people don't do that.
Yeah, our job is to paint a picture that we are 10 feet tall.
All right.
You feel what I'm saying? That's our job. I'm sorry, artists. I'm giving out the secrets.
The inside scoop, like we like to say.
Everybody don't own a Wraith. Everybody don't own a you know what I mean?
Yeah, a lot of times they don't own that either.
Yeah, so what we're doing is feeding our minds and we're fantasizing. You know, every guy, I heard an artist say one time he messed with every girl in Atlanta. I was like, whoa, that's bad. But
and impossible, low-key.
Right, but if you want to do that, you know, so it's all fantasy. So I try to give a little knowledge and a little love at the same time, and tell them you can do what you want, you can say what you want, but at the same time, just kind of let somebody know, okay, you do know that these magic tricks that we giving you ain't real.
Right.
You know what I mean?
They're being paid for by someone else.
There you go. There you go.
So cool. So I said earlier that you've had a lot of opportunities to work with a lot of cool artists. What's been your favorite collab yet, or so far?
You know what? Me and R. Kelly, weird as it may sound, weird as he may be, that's my boy. Like, super talented. Like,
I can see the credit. I can see him.
Yeah, we cipher it, and like he comes up with a hook and half a song by the time I got my first 5 words.
And
it taught me to be quicker. I like my experience with the Backstreet Boys.
Okay.
I like my Big Boy experience. I think I said ultimately, my ultimate experience would have to be T.I. Only because he let me be who I was. And they all did, but it was no pressure. And he would even ask questions.
Because California was a big, it was a big record considering he's not from California, but it still gave the California vibe. And it's like y'all are two, you know, men from the South.
Right, see,
but it's still well rounded.
That you just said it was a vibe. It was all about the vibe. And we even took the fact that it's all about the vibe and added it to the new record with me and Tigo.
Okay. The Cool Breeze one or the?
No, wow, the Cool Breeze record.
I love that.
Wow, you been doing your homework.
I like that song.
No, this is actually the record you're listening to now. That's called Vibe.
Okay.
And actually the name of our movement, it's a vibe. Everything is all about a vibe. When you go to the club, you want to be in good vibes.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying?
And you should be able to pick those vibes depending on what, you know what I'm saying? You should know the vibe before you get there.
And if you getting your grown man on, there's a certain part of the night where you got your whatever you drinking on. you see the champagne coming, it's got the glitter, and something comes on and you like, yo, we vibing.
My night is
I'm in the VIP, everything is just right. So everything, you know, we want to make music that gives you a great vibe, especially for the summer. So be prepared to hear records from me and Tigo, records from myself, records from me and Colonel Loud. The list goes on. T.I., everybody, you know what I mean? I'm working with Jason G, everybody. So I'm just giving you vibe records. I'm giving you great vibrations.
All right, that's what's up. And oftentimes, I know being a creative in Charlotte and North Carolina, sometimes is lacking with the artists that are from here and pumping. Where do you want to see like North Carolina as a whole and Charlotte, as far as like music and art comes?
I would say I would love to see us come together more. I think North Carolina has been tainted behind outsiders. You got people from the South, from the North, and you have a tendency, a person from a certain part of the country may come and they're used to that crab in the bucket mentality. This is my block, you know what I mean? This is my crew. They don't want to embrace
everybody.
Yeah, they don't want to embrace, like if me and you get together and I help you make $1 million, I just helped you make $1 million. So I would think that you're going to return the favor, like, yo,
all right, put you
we
on.
need to see how to
work together. and make another million and another million, but most people want to keep that
so
one.
There you go. And everybody's been a victim of it. It's just about staying humble and trying to break the barrier of, I don't want it just to be me and I left.
Right.
I'm doing stuff that most artists ain't doing. I ain't even gonna say no names, but for me to come back and keep doing, because this gets frustrating. There's some times I come off stage and I'm like, I'm so somewhere else. I've been prepped for it, and I gotta come back and mold, and it makes the situation harder on the stage.
Right.
So, but I know that my purpose is bigger. I know that I'll be blessed and I'll be in a greater situation when I make the people around me better.
Right.
So I feel like if North Carolinians or people who have settled and want to do music, it's important and imperative that you make a gumbo of sound, you feel me, of vibrations, and learn to help each other, come and network. So what we have to do now is, if we're gonna establish the Queen City as the new Atlanta,
which I don't like,
or the new LA, yeah.
Right.
But what you have to do is embrace it, and you have to get the other artists to run here and not go bypass Charlotte and go to Atlanta or LA or Florida. You have to get them to say, okay, this is a cool place.
Right.
Let's embrace the resource. Let's talk about what's going on here.
Right.
Let's get our DJs in this. And once you form a conglomerate and what we call a movement,
Right.
Once you form those type of situations, people will start getting it. They'll say, oh. And then you embrace your artists. It's artists in Texas still getting millions just off
right
of
there.
Texas. So we just have to figure out when it's bigger than us.
To support.
And because everybody's not meant to be an artist.
Right.
So you'll find that later on in life. You might find somebody to say, well, dang, I started out as an artist, but my craft is behind the scenes.
Right.
It's a beautiful flow for me. I can get things done. And so when artists start to see that, then it won't be as competitive. So,
Right. Well, I guess you kind of answered my second part question, because I was going to ask you how you felt like you could contribute to the change in the Carolinas, and you've answered that.
Yeah.
So guys, today, how can we find you on social media?
Social, Ricco Barrino, real simple. No, I'm not Rico Love. He has one C. Mine is Ricco, 2 C's. I'm left-handed, and my birthday's on the first day of spring, which makes me special. So Ricco Barrino, all social media. I made it simple. Come follow me, embrace me. I talk back. I will embrace you.
There you go, guys. Spread Speaks, Ricco Barrino with the Spread Mag. Hope you guys have a great day.
Appreciate
All right,
you.
no problem.
To keep it 100, girl, I wanna vibe with you. Oh, smoke and get drunk, talk that shit and trip out with you.